Welcome to ETH Daily, a daily briefing on the latest in Ethereum. Here's your latest for Thursday, May 7th, 2026. The ArbitrumDAO approves a temperature check vote for the rsETH recovery effort. Amazon Web Services launches Agent Core payments with X402 support. Protocol Guild upgrades its DAO contracts, and Obol releases Obol Stack version 0.9.0. All this and more starts right after this message. ETH Daily sponsorships are now open. Reach over 10,000 Ethereum native subscribers every weekday. Learn more at ethdaily.io/sponsor. The ArbitrumDAO approved a temperature check vote to release 30,000 Ether frozen by the Arbitrum Security Council following the April 18th Kelp DAO exploit. The vote passed on May 7th with 90% in favor and effectively no opposition. The frozen ETH was seized from the exploiter on Arbitrum 1 on April 21st and moved to a protocol-controlled address. The recent proposal will route the funds into the Coordinated DeFi United Recovery Wallet, a 3 of 4 multisig controlled by signers from Aave Labs, Kelp DAO, EtherFi, and Certora. The funds will be applied towards restoring rsETH's backing. The next steps include a 3-day voting delay once the vote is submitted for on-chain execution, a 14-day vote, an 8-day Layer 2 waiting period, a 1-week Layer 1 message finalization, and a final 3-day Layer 1 waiting period before execution. In total, approximately 42 days remain before the transfer is fully executed. Amazon Bedrock Agent Core now supports payments over Coinbase's X402 protocol, an open protocol that uses the HTTP 402 status code to enable machine-native payments. AI agents on AWS can now autonomously discover and pay for services, including APIs, MCP servers, and web content using USDC settled on Base. When an agent encounters a paid resource, Agent Core handles the entire payment flow, from wallet authentication to transaction signing and settlement, without the agent ever touching private keys. Developers can set time-bound spending limits per session, and every transaction is logged end-to-end for auditing. AWS developers can also enable payments on existing agents via the Agent Core SDK without needing new infrastructure, and agents can discover X402 compatible services through the Coinbase X402 Bazaar MCP server built into Agent Core. Agent Core Payments is available in preview today. Amazon Bedrock Agent Core is a managed AI service for building AI agents at scale. The Protocol Guild, a collective supporting Ethereum Core Protocol contributors, has upgraded its DAO smart contracts to Agora Governor, officially moving control of its splits contract from a multisig to the DAO. The split contract distributes vested donations directly to Protocol Guild members. Powered by Agora, the new governance contracts feature 2 different proposal types. Governance proposals for membership updates now require 33% quorum and 51% approval, while proposals for weekly distributions require 0% quorum and 100% approval. Previously, the Protocol Guild used an implementation of Moloch v3, which required 33% quorum across all proposals. The Moloch DAO quorum requirement made running distributions through governance impractical, so Protocol Guild continued using a multisig for memberships and distributions. Under the new Agora contracts, the split contract is now fully DAO controlled. And lastly, Obol, a distributed validator technology protocol securing over $1.2 billion in staked ETH, released Obol Stack version 0.9.0. adding the Obol token as a payment asset for agent-to-agent transactions over the X402 protocol. The release also introduces a Cloud Code plugin. The Obol Stack is a modular framework in which networks and developers can package and distribute infrastructure systems, and node operators can discover them and run them to earn rewards. In other news, Solve Protocol migrates to Chainlink CCIP, DeFi Llama News winds down, Gitcoin deploys $1 million into Octant V2 vaults, and Ethereum mainnet sees over $280 million in net inflows. This has been a roundup of today's top news stories in Ethereum. You can support this podcast by subscribing and following us at ETH Daily. Also subscribe to our newsletter at ethdaily.io.